What's good, y'all? It's your boy Brandon with Bama Fitness, and today's special guest is Akio Tamashiro. How are you, Sensei?
Us, first of
Os,
all,
os,
yeah, for me it's very important to keep the traditional
os,
us in karate.
os.
Is the sense of what we are doing. I'm practicing karate many years,
Hmm.
and I feel lucky. Well, my parents made me practice this martial art because I feel in love every day
Hmm.
practicing and training. So thank you very much for the invitation and the
Os.
opportunity to share with all the people my experience.
For sure. I thank you for being here. Thank you. So, jumping right into it, Sensei, can you tell everybody where you're from?
Well, I'm from Peru. My grandfather, my grandmother, they are from Japan. I am the third generation. I am Sensei. Yeah.
Okay.
But here in Peru, there are many people coming from Japan.
Hmm.
It's very similar in the United States, Brazil, and Mexico. I think there are four countries. They have the biggest colony of Japanese people.
Can you tell us exactly how did you start karate and what age you started?
Well, a long time ago, when I was 4 years old,
Hmm.
I remember. Well, sincerely, when I was a little kid, I think I was very troublemaker or something like that.
Hmm.
Usually, parents, he needs something to stop or to canalize the energy that he has.
Hmm.
So karate maybe is going to be very good. But then they told me that no, that was not the reason because I had a cousin older than me that she was practicing karate. She was black belt, and at
Hmm.
that time she was representing Peru in Kata. So she was
Mm.
a national selection, national team. So she told my mother, "Hey, Akio, I think that he could practice karate." I was 4 years old, and I remember the first class because in my mind and in my memory is something very important that I am not going to forget because I remember my first class in karate more than my first class
Hmm.
in the school.
For sure. Yeah. Like, what style of karate do you do?
I do Shotokan
Okay.
always from the beginning
Always.
until now. Shotokan,
Oh.
yeah.
And can you tell us who your instructor was?
Well, my sensei is Hector Lizano.
Hmm.
Hector Lizano was also was the a member of the national team in Peru. He was one of the first Pan American champion in Kata in the 80s, at the
Hmm.
end of 70s, 80s. Yeah, when Pan American Championship was
Hmm.
in the second or third edition. Yeah, he was Pan American champion in Kata, so he was very good.
Oh,
And
wow.
at the time when World Championship was very hard with Sensei Sakumoto, Sensei
Hmm.
Yahara, Osaka. He was always in the top 8 in the
Oh,
finals World Championship. Yeah, he was my sensei.
oh, nice. That's really good because I know just to get in the top eight, you have to be like super amazing, like, and especially back then, like everything's like so hard, and it's still today, competition's still hard, but still to be up there, you have to put in a lot of work, and that's amazing. That's amazing. What organizations did you compete in? Like, were you ever like JKA, JKS, or is it just WKF?
Well, at the very beginning, when I started competing, it was by the federation, all the tournaments in the federation. But uh, maybe 23 years ago, I practiced one line of karate that is a JKA.
Hmm.
And I went to Japan many times to practice in the Hombu Dojo of Japan Karate Association. I
Hmm.
had the opportunity to practice with Sensei Osaka, with some classes only with me. So I had a very good experience practicing there. I competed one time in WOSCA, that is the World Shotokan Karate Association.
Hmm.
In USA, I think the chief of that organization is the president of the federation is John Di Pasquale.
Di Pasquale. Yep.
So Di Pasquale, he invited me to compete in World Championship in that organization one time, and I went to Cancun, and I was world champion in that organization in 2007. I remember.
Oh, nice.
But most of all, I have been competing in World Karate Federation.
When I look at your kata for the WKF, I see you do your kata so traditional from a lot of other people. Do you agree with that? As some, like, looking at some of the competitors nowadays, they add extra moves just to make their moves faster or more powerful.
I'm going to tell you my history because
Okay.
what you are talking is something very. Now that many people practice karate, there are a lot of organizations where to compete. So if you want to go to JK World Championship, you can go there. If you want to go to ESKF, go there. So everybody is free to choose where to compete. But karate is only one way to practice. So when I hear, oh no, he practice the sport karate and he does the traditional karate, all the time I talk about my experience in competition because I like to practice very traditional because the way how you need to discover what is the sense of each movement, why the grand masters, the legendary masters 50, 80, 100 years ago, they created one Suki, one Shuto. Why? It was not thinking about, because in 50 years in competition, we're going to do, or the people is going to do. No, they created that for life. It was one punch, one life.
Yep.
So that is traditional. And that is what I think each day I practice karate. Doing that, I had the opportunity to be a member of national team, and doing that, with that in my head, I had the opportunity. The people and the referees saw that, this is traditional, but he moves very, very clean and very fast and very explosive. This is very good karate. And each tournament they started to recognize my work, and it's the reason why I could get to second place in the world in World Championship Karate against Valdesi. You were talking about Valdesi. Now that I have my students, I have students that they are a national team in junior and then in senior. Number one in Peru is my student. He was bronze medal in Pan American Championship here in Lima. And I have another that he was is the former Pan American champion in junior also. So I used to teach him every day, and they say, Sensei, yeah, today I was working in the national team. The coach was saying that I have to do this movement and this movement because it's better to be faster, it's better for a look. And all the time I am saying, please, don't.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah.
Be patient. Because I was patient when I started practicing. And if I choose to compete, I had to be patient also to get the level and to get the results that I had. So it's what I am saying to them. No, be patient and be very respectful with all the sense of karate, how it was created, because this is for life. Doing this plus all the physical training that we have, you are going to get a very good level. This is why I am saying karate now is you can see two forms of karate when you are watching a kata. It's the athletic form of karate and the physical way of karate. The athletic is, you have no idea. When I was competing, I am 164. I am not so tall. I'm very, very small. So when you go to a world championship and you have, I remember in Mexico, yeah, when I was second place in the world, maybe 60 competitors around all the world, only one representative by country, and maybe I was one of the smallest.
Mm-hmm.
So how can you get to the final against people very strong, very big, and
Mm-hmm.
how I said, very athletic.
Mm-hmm.
But physically, I was very good with my karate technique
Yeah.
because it was clean and it was very fast. The dynamic of the
Mm-hmm.
movement of my body, respecting all the sense of karate, was very good. So that is the difference between being very physical in karate,
Yeah.
when your hips moves
Mm-hmm.
in coordination with your punch technique or your block technique, and it's very different to move very fast and very strong
Mm-hmm.
in the athletic way. It's totally different.
Yes. Do you have your own dojo?
No, because when I started teaching,
Mm-hmm.
at the very beginning, yeah, I started teaching in my house. I had a very big commercial space
Mm-hmm.
in my parents' house when I was 14 years old.
Okay.
And when I was 14, yeah, some little kids, the neighbors,
Mm-hmm.
they knew me because they were talking, hey, there's a karate champion
Mm-hmm.
in the block, and they were talking about that. So
Mm-hmm.
my my mom said, okay, we are going to close the business here, and you are going to use this space to teach karate. And I
Oh,
said,
nice.
okay, yeah. So I said, okay, okay, mom, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to teach Saturday and Sunday, and all the neighbors started coming to my house to
Mm-hmm.
teach to learn karate only the weekends, because at that age also I was just training every day for the national team in junior.
Okay.
Because here in my country, in Peru, when you are in the national team, yeah, the you have to define all your time, because they used to practice every day from Monday to Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
uh, and sometimes they have a time, 2 times a day practicing.
Oh, nice.
And here the government give support, economical support.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be in the training, in the
Yeah.
practice every day. You have
That's your
to
job.
do that. Yes, it's something like
Yeah.
that. So I started teaching in my house, but then when I get to the senior national team, yeah, it was harder, yeah, to teach in my
Mm-hmm.
house. But I started teaching in some clubs, social clubs,
Mm-hmm.
sport social clubs. And
Gotcha.
actually, yeah, I am in charge of the technical direction of two big sports social clubs where I teach karate.
Mm-hmm.
And from those clubs, I have my students that now they represent the national team. They represent me also.
What were some of your accomplishments, some of your greatest accomplishments that you would say you received throughout your karate career?
Well, there are a lot. Uh, Sincerely, now is um, the way how I am doing karate in this moment
Mm-hmm.
is my biggest accomplishment. I could say that the second place in the world
Mm-hmm.
in WKF, but sincerely now when you grow as a person,
Mm-hmm.
you have many other experiences that you can feel that is totally different. For example, now I am practicing karate better than 10 years ago when I was retired.
Mm-hmm.
Is why now when I go to the park with my students to practice, they can see me. Hey, Sensei, if you get back to the competition, oh, you're going to be the first. Why
Mm-hmm.
it happened? Because when I was retired in 2010 in World Championship in Serbia,
Mm-hmm.
I I, I was retired with two bronze medal in kata, one in team
Nice.
kata and then in individual kata.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it was very good to get 2 medals in World Championship is a very big accomplishment.
For sure.
But
Yeah.
but then I started working. I was national director of a sport of my country. It was like vice minister in my country. Very
Mm-hmm.
young, I started working in the government and supporting all the federations. I was 4 years there, and
Mm-hmm.
when I finished that job, immediately I went to the sport director of Pan American Games.
Mm-hmm.
That was last year here in Lima. So I have been maybe 8 years working in the government in
Oh,
the
nice.
state. So,
Mm-hmm.
but that is, and I had a very very important responsibility,
Mm-hmm.
to in my job. But from the time I was retired, I had maybe 12 kilos more.
Oh,
I
wow,
was
really?
I,
Wow.
I was
Mm-hmm.
doing karate.
Uh-huh.
I had time to teach karate maybe twice a week,
Mm-hmm.
just that, to practice maybe twice a week. But now I recovered my best
Mm-hmm.
uh, shape.
Gotcha.
So now I think that this is, I lost the 12 even more. I
Mm-hmm.
lost now maybe 13 kilos,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel great. I feel better.
Awesome.
This is my best accomplished. Even now we are in a situation, that is
Yeah,
very 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 hard in the world
for
with the
sure.
pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
But I use my time, my concentration, all my attention to feel good. This is my best
Awesome.
accomplished now.
Awesome. That's great. I like that. I like that answer. If karate for you was not in the picture at all, what do you think you'll be doing with yourself now?
No, I don't know, maybe a singer.
A singer? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Why? Because yeah, watching what I am doing, and what I like to do, I used to do what I like,
Uh-huh.
what I love, yeah. So I do karate because I really love karate. I like karate.
Mm-hmm.
I do karate every day, maybe 8 hours a day, practicing, watching videos, talking about
Mm-hmm.
karate with friends. So
Yeah.
this is my life. So if I am not doing karate, or karate is not in my picture, well, I like to sing.
You sing.
And yeah, I used to go to karaoke every day before
Oh, really?
pandemia.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
how
Uh-oh.
yeah, I discovered that
Yeah.
also very late, when I was 18 or 19.
Mm-hmm.
Some friends told me, "Hey, let's go to the karaoke," and
Mm-hmm.
then I started to discovering something. Oh, it's good.
What?
I have a
Yeah.
very good voice. Yeah, this is like karate. It's an art. It's
Hmm.
artistic. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like. Yeah, and maybe I could be a very good singer. I don't know. Maybe Japanese singer. It's
Yeah.
kind of.
Nice, nice. Well, if I come down to Peru, we're gonna have to go to karaoke and see who's better. We're gonna have to do it for sure.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course, of course.
Okay. So I know you said you stopped competition, you retired about 10, 11 years ago. Do you sometimes get the urge to come back to competition? Like, man, I want to get back to competition. Maybe I'll just do one more tournament. Has that crossed your mind?
Yes, this year
Hmm.
in the community, Japanese community, there's a tournament for all Latin America,
Hmm.
that they get together 2 years, each 2 years, and they compete between the community, Japanese community, all the Nikkei community,
Hmm.
2 years. Well, I decided to compete there. I was not in this good shape, but
Hmm.
I won that competition. But to come back for World Championship in World Karate Federation,
Hmm.
yes, of course. Now that I feel in a very good shape, in training,
Hmm.
mentally, physically, yeah, I would love, of course. Why? Because how you said before, for me it's a huge challenge
Hmm.
to show what is karate when you are doing a kata movement.
Hmm.
How clean you can do a technique, and show how power and how how power you can be with that technique.
Mm-hmm.
So without to do any other movement or to try to do only very beautiful technique, no.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that all the competitors in this moment, they forgot something very important, that is the the base,
Mm-hmm.
all the basic that
For sure.
is going to take you to enjoy
Yeah.
a perfect kata inside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you enjoy that, outside is all the energy is going to flow.
Mm-hmm.
So that is natural.
Yeah.
So this is my idea when I am every day thinking, yeah, I want to come back to show this.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody's going to forget how you can get a very good level
Yeah.
without to change the sense of karate.
For sure. I'll be looking forward to that. I know you're not going to tell anybody. You're gonna. I know you're gonna start training for yourself, like hardcore, and you're not going to tell anybody. You're just going to come out of nowhere, and they're like, "Wait, Akio's competing? Like he's competing? Like, oh man, they're gonna have their money. Like, oh man, they're gonna have to run for their money. That's crazy. That's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be awesome. I
Thank
can't
you.
wait to see that. I cannot wait to see that. When people when people Google you, a lot of your videos come up for doing kata. Do you do kumite or kabuto as well, or do you just strictly stick to kata? And if so, if you did kumite, did you do it before in tournament?
Yeah, I used to do kumite a lot.
Hmm.
I teach kumite a lot. For me, karate is complete. It's complete not only as knowledge that you need to be a teacher,
Hmm.
also how to show the Kihon, the kata, and kumite when you are teaching.
Hmm.
So for me, it's very important and it's necessary that each person who decide to teach karate, you have to understand, so to have the knowledge about those parts that are
Hmm.
together in one
For sure.
sense,
Yep.
yeah, and how to show that. So I did kumite when I was a little kid. I used to compete in kata and kumite, but
Hmm.
then when I started winning in kata all the time, yeah, I was doing more kata.
Hmm.
When I started competing in junior national team when I was 14 years old, I remember at that time that it was very difficult to have our Peruvian team going with a complete team in Kata in each division, Kumite, because the money in the government was very
Hmm.
no so much money. So we had to do Kata and Kumite. All the Kata competitors, oh, Peru is good in Kata, they have to go. Yeah, we
Hmm.
go all the tournaments. But sometimes only Kata competitors
Hmm.
representing Peru, yeah, you have to go to the division in Kumite or doing Kumite in the Kumite team.
Oh
So
wow.
we did it. I did it 3 times. I
Okay.
remember fighting in Curacao, no, in Dominican Republic in Pan American Junior Championship in 1994.
Hmm.
And then in 1996, when the championship was in Margarita, in Isla Margarita, Venezuela,
Hmm.
yeah, I did Kumite also, and we got the third place
Oh
against United
nice.
States. Against
Oh
United States, I remember. Yeah.
wow. That's awesome.
But
Do
now,
you
yeah, I teach kumite, of course, and
nice.
I practice kumite a lot because it's the only way how your body,
Hmm.
after doing a lot of kata,
Hmm.
is very relaxed. It's
Yeah,
the only way
definitely.
doing a lot of kumite.
Who do you say inspires you?
Well, always my sensei,
Hmm.
because when I was a little kid, I used to see my sensei uh, as a model to reach because he was in the national team, and for me, um, because my mother she was saying me all the time, hey, your sensei is going to represent Peru in Pan American Championship, in World Championship.
Hmm.
So from the very beginning, yeah, always I had to be like that. I was like very inspiring for that. Then when I started being more interested in karate, I used to watch a lot of videos in many organizations. I used to watch a lot of Sensei Nishiyama, Sensei Kanazawa, Sensei Nakayama, Sensei Kase, Enoeda.
Yeah.
So I was fanatic watching videos of karate when I was a little kid. Yeah, I used to say always, please, if you, because now it's very easy because you go to YouTube and you put the name and you find everything.
Yeah.
But 20 years ago, you had to ask for somebody that was traveling and okay, please, could you buy this video and bring me this and bring me
The
this?
DVDs or the tape, the cassette tapes. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but always I was watching the tapes. I used to have all the World Championship, World Cup at that time in the 80s, watching the fighting Sensei Kagawa, fighting Sensei Yahara, doing Kata Sensei Kawawada. So I was inspired for that kind of karate until now, because now it's very easy. I just put YouTube, put Sensei Osaka, and I can see the seminar 1 year ago, and I can practice with that. So I used to put my gi, and it's like I am following the seminar that it was 1 year ago, but I am just doing the kata and doing. So I was inspired, and I'm still inspired for those senseis that they keep promoting, they keep teaching the way of life of karate. I like that very much.
What is your favorite kata?
Unsu.
Onsu. Really? Okay.
Unsu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've done that in competition several times. Me, I'm not an Unsu guy. I can do it, of course, but for competition, I don't. I like Goju and I do Kankaku, and sometimes Kankusho. So Kankusho.
Oh, that very nice. Those are the superior katas. And
yeah.
Are very.
I like.
I like Goju Hodai. I did in 2004. I did Kankusho in the final against
I've seen that.
Valdesi. But I had to do Kankusho. I used to practice that kata only in team kata. We did a lot Kankusho in team kata, but individual kata I had to do my best in the semifinal against Damian Quintero.
Okay, Damian Quintero. Yep.
Yeah, Damian Quintero is Shitoryu, but now actually he's second in the ranking. Yeah.
He's up there.
He's very good. But that time, he was good also. But I remember that I did one unsu. Oh, you have no idea. If you could see the final, the semi-final, you have no idea the inspiration that I had in that unsu. That was the best unsu ever. Yeah.
Oh man.
And that was Damian. Damian was good. That was Spain, very strong country, etc. But I had 4 flags against Quintero. Yeah, because that unsu was very clean, very clean, and very explosive.
And that's not on YouTube, huh?
Nope.
Of course it isn't. Why would it be? No. So can you tell us what motivates you?
Oh, sincerely, the way of life. The way of life for me is to have each accomplishment that I had in my life with karate in my life. Yeah, when you start getting some things or accomplish success in one thing and then another thing, and you can see that people start following the way of life because they want to change also, maybe to be a better person, to have a very good style of life. with doing sport or activity, some activity, physical activity. Yeah, that started to motivate a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's the people around me doing karate.
Yeah.
They are my students, and they are also the parents of my students, because they can see that something is changing in the kid, in the family, and then it's integrating everything,
Mm-hmm.
and that motivates a lot, and it moves a lot what I am doing with karate.
For sure.
So it's the way of life that I have.
What music do you listen to?
A lot of music, but
Yeah.
I really like very soft music, very
Soft music.
soft.
Okay.
Yeah, romantic music, something like
Uh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not
Same.
not so crazy. Not, but
Yeah.
I love John Bon Jovi. I like
Mm-hmm.
Metallica. I like
Yeah.
AC/DC. Yeah, when I
Yeah.
need something very
Pumped.
more. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I like to AC/DC. I like a lot.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Good. Good. I'm the same way. I like that soft music, like R&B music. You know, the rhythm and blues. So
Oh yeah.
I'm the same. I'm the same thing. I'm the same way. So
Excellent.
yeah. What is your favorite movie?
Oof. Yeah, that it's crazy, because I'm very Catholic,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that if I consider the movie that I watched maybe 50 times, maybe 100, I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
if it's The Exorcist.
That I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that. You really like that movie? The
I
original.
early
The
I
original.
Yeah, the original, yeah, it's very scary, but
Hmm.
the message of the movie is very good, because I take the message how one people can change
Hmm.
the his ideas, the father,
Yeah.
yeah, the
Hmm.
father, um, with another life that it was the
Yeah.
little kid. So
Mm.
he has his own demons inside, but he could be free,
Hmm.
with the girl. So it's a
Oh,
history what I like. It's not that
awesome.
I like the
Yeah.
devil. No, no, no. If you ask me to choose three movies
Mm-hmm.
that I can see every day, so
Yeah.
every day, yeah, is The Exorcist, Rocky,
Rocky. Yeah.
yeah, Rocky, Terminator,
Term. Yep. Yep.
number one,
Classics.
uh, Rambo, number one, number
Uh.
two, number three,
Yeah.
number
Yep.
four, number five.
Yeah. There's so many of them. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's all good
Those
movies.
classic
Hmm.
movies, the action movies,
Yeah.
I really like for the history. Is the
Yes.
I try to take the message of
For
each
sure.
movie. Yeah,
Definitely. Definitely.
but that's what I like.
What do you do for self growth?
I do a lot of meditation.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like to do yoga a lot.
Okay. Hmm.
There are many ways to practice yoga that helps a lot when you are doing karate also, hatha
Hmm.
yoga, because you are doing a lot of stretching, and you get good energy,
Yep.
also how to handle the breathing,
Hmm.
yeah, how to breathe. And I try to do that always in karate when I'm doing the kata. I for example practice very slow movement,
Hmm.
like slow motion, but trying to handle all the buki, the breath,
Hmm.
yeah, taking the base of the yoga. So
Hmm.
I can see many channels, yeah, in YouTube
Hmm.
that you can do very good yoga. I used to read a lot.
Hmm.
It's not similar, but it's when you take your smartphone and you open your Facebook,
Hmm.
and I don't like so much, because to take when I do one publication, when I post something in in YouTube or maybe in Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
of course it's a big responsibility because you have to take 1 2 hours to
Yeah.
share, to
Mm-hmm.
answer. Yeah, there are
Yep.
many people. Sensei, good video. So this is a
Mm-hmm.
big responsibility. Yeah, you have to take hours. Hours.
Yeah.
I sometimes I
Yeah.
have to be, because some people is saying, oh, Sensei, you didn't answer. Sensei is like,
Yeah.
oh no,
Yeah.
and I don't like that because I am not like
Yeah.
that. When you
Yeah.
take a book, it's
Mm-hmm.
the same, because sometimes the book is so interesting that you are 1 hour, 2 hours,
Just
and there are
reading.
people
Yeah.
that it's
Mm-hmm.
and you have a life, you have to do many things, you have to teach karate, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's like
Yeah.
so. I try now. I used to read a lot before,
Mm-hmm.
and I am trying to do or to take my hours in a way how I can share in the moment.
Gotcha.
What I
Mm-hmm.
have to do is
Okay.
why I prefer to concentrate my energy just for me inside,
Mm-hmm.
and then outside. Is why I
Awesome.
do a lot of yoga, meditation,
Mm-hmm.
things like that.
Where is your favorite place to travel to?
Well, I like a lot trekking, to trek. So I like to go to the mountain. Here in Peru, we have the Andes.
Mm-hmm.
So the Andes here in Peru are very very beautiful, and
Mm-hmm.
you have some trekking circuits that you
Mm-hmm.
can go. It's very hard, but I like very much. When I am not doing that, if I have the opportunity to take some days to do it,
Mm-hmm.
I like the nature a lot. I like the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, well, Mexico, Cancun, I love a
Yeah.
lot. I love
Yeah.
Varadero. So if
Nice.
you ask me that, yeah, I went to
Mm-hmm.
to Cancun and Varadero
Mm-hmm.
maybe four times each
Nice. Oh,
each
that's awesome.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Good. And my last question for you. For the upcoming youth that is coming up, the athletes, the younger athletes that are coming up, what advice can you give them?
Well, I know that karate now is there are many ways and forms to practice. There
Mm-hmm.
are many people doing karate. There are many people making some research about karate. So the young people, they have a lot of
Mm-hmm.
information about that. A lot
Yeah.
of information.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, my advice and recommendation is always that all the time that you do something, always you have to go to the base, the very beginning, how it was created.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so sometimes we only see here, and we
Mm-hmm.
forget all the way how it was created, how many people was building each
Mm-hmm.
part of it. So now we can enjoy only this part.
For
So
sure.
all the young people now, I can see that they watch very top,
Mm-hmm.
but the base is forgetting.
Yeah.
Not only karate, whatever you want to do, yeah, something was created in sport or
Mm-hmm.
in science or education.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was created for something, for
For
to
sure.
accomplish something in the very beginning.
Yeah.
So then in time it changed, yeah, but never forget the beginning of the things.
For sure.
And in the little kids that they want to practice karate, yeah, just remember that, because karate is for all your life. I can say that because now I am taking, how many people say, my second breath,
Mm-hmm.
uh, thanks to karate. And I know that maybe when I am 10 more years, when I am in 50, in my
Yep.
50s, I am going to take my third breath and feel even more power than now,
Mm-hmm.
thanks to karate,
Awesome.
because I am discovering new things about this martial art that is very beautiful,
Yeah.
that is helping to my health.
Yep. And it's great because karate you never know everything. You're always going to learn. There's always new things to learn, you know, and I've seen that on a daily, you know. I'm always learning new things. You know, I think one way is all right, the right way, then it's always changing. You know, you're always learning different things. There's different explanations from different senseis that are like top notch. All senseis aren't the same. You know, everyone's different. So there's always different things to learn, and that's one thing I love about karate for the rest of your life. You know, it's so like karate, it's the way of life. You know, like you're always going to learn. That's one thing I love. And like you said before, with you know the kids, not a lot of dojos go back to the foundation of how karate started, and they don't know that history. And to me, it is important to know that. So, how can people get in contact with you?
I had I have my Facebook. My
Okay.
Facebook is very simple, Akio Tamashiro, and
Hmm.
they can find me and they can write to me and they can see all my
Hmm.
karate advice that I do in that media.
Hmm.
Thank you first. Thank you very much and congratulations because this program I know that is going to help many people that is interested
For sure.
to to know about some karate
Hmm.
people, karate senseis. So
Hmm.
Sensei Abdullah, congratulations
Thank
and
you.
keep that way because
Thank you.
you are going to give a very good message for the people.
Thank you, Sensei. I really appreciate that. And thank you for being on this series, Get to Know Me. We'll definitely talk soon. Thank you.
Thank you very
Os,
much.
Os, thank you. Everyone, I'll talk to y'all later. Hope you guys enjoy it.